All right, Curtis.
All right, Joe.
The bet is $20.
$20
You have to have carnal knowledge of a lady this time on the premises.
on the premises.
That's right. Come on, man. Bet's a bet.
You know, I think she's lost that love and feeling.
She's lost. No, wait a minute. No, she hasn't.
She's lost it.
No, she hasn't.
I'm telling you, man, she's lost it.
I hate it when she does that.
I go ham on a bullet beat combined to Il Brio. Call the homies up and make tracks with my people. Cause when we join forces, we know that he is with us. We talk to him and keep a strong witness. So when I say I'm gonna take you to church, I really take you to church.
My man,
What's up, buddy?
here we are.
Here we are, episode 4.
Episode 4, man. And what a last couple weeks it was.
Oh, it's been nuts, man. And
You know, we haven't had a chance to talk about this much, but yeah, you could have had me wearing a red cap right here, a red one. You could be looking right at your favorite red cap of all time. Okay, your favorite one.
Wouldn't be the first bet that I should have took, but
Shouldn't have. I could have been foot to mouth. Insert here, but you didn't.
It
I
would've-
tried, and I'm a man of my word. But obviously,
yeah, that you are.
my one percenter buddy, doesn't want to take a bet with me.
You were a little quiet the next day when I called to give you shit.
You didn't even call.
I didn't press it too hard.
No, you called me. You called me, and you knew what happened that day, and that was a bad day. It was a bad day. But anyways, on to the topics.
Anyhow.
Any, we can go on. Let's go on with that. Let's talk about that. Proposition
Yeah,
127.
You had a terrible day that day.
I did. Yeah, I wasn't happy that day. Not necessarily the election, but we've had a lot of snow here the last 4 days.
Yeah, it's been crazy. For the first snow that we've gotten, and we've had 3 snow days. I've had 3 since I haven't been to work since Tuesday.
Dude, when the wind blows down there, you guys get a snow day. I'm over here in 10 inches of snow, and I'm still traveling I-25 to work.
You got today off.
Just today, thankfully, I'm thankful for that. Don't get me wrong, but you should have saw Wednesday's commute, Thursday's commute.
Oh, I believe it, man.
And here you were in bed, and I was up with the birds at 5 a.m. And you're calling me going, "It's a beautiful day, Joseph. It's so beautiful." And I'm going,
It's wonderful, wonderful Wednesday morning, the day after Election Day. I think I said something to the effect of it can't get much better than a Trump red wave victory and a snow day all rolled into one.
"The snow must have scared all the people away." 14 million of them. Enough
Anyway,
with that. There was one, though, on the ballot we should talk about. That
what's that?
I think it was Proposition 127.
Which one was that?
Proposition 127 was the one with the mountain lions and the cats.
Oh, yeah.
All the cats. So it basically prohibits killing mountain lions, bobcats, or lynx.
Yes.
And that one was a hard one for me to swallow, right? Like, because I spent a lot of time outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, if that was voted yes on, then there would absolutely be no hunting on that at all, which, granted, I don't hunt that at all, but to me, that's like a first case cause of, all right, we're going to come after something else after this if that gets voted and approved.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think we have things in place that help control the populations of all 3 of those cats.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, why do we need to ban it? Because then it creates other harmful things to our ecosystem, possibly, or jobs. There's money, there's funding that comes in with that.
Anywhere there's too many predatory animals like that, there's not as many non-predatory animals. So your elk herd, your deer herd, all that stuff's going to go down.
Yeah, it's going to be decimated.
If those species go up, their food groups go down.
Right, and so that's why we control those populations, is because that helps control the elk populations too, and the deer populations, and
Exactly.
so they don't overpopulate. So there's trending effects on that.
Yeah, so
Right.
hug a hunter.
Hug a hunter. He's right here. He could have had a red hat on.
He should have one.
You know, but and then what was it? Was it 2 or 4 years ago with the wolf one?
Yeah, to reintroduce the gray wolf.
And that was like a big no to me too. And that one was a hard one to swallow too, because I don't mind them being here, but they've been gone for how long now?
Yeah.
And granted, they've migrated back into the southwest corner before they were reintroduced. They were finding like a herd of 5, I think, down there hanging out. But at the same time, like, the people that voted on it weren't the people that have to live with them either.
No. And they're not the people that spend any time in the mountains.
No. Well, maybe they do, but they go there to see that, but they don't understand the outcomes of that
Yeah.
that are possible with that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, those are things. I mean, granted, they help control populations too, and so you add them back in, it's going to change. It's going to change all that ecosystem too. And then if you take away mountain lions and bobcats and lynx, I mean, what happens with all those populations?
Exactly. No, I agree. I think hunting is it's not only a right, it's a privilege. And it's a born privilege. You're born with that.
Yeah, and not everyone has to do it. Not everyone has to agree with it. I mean,
But you should be able to do it to provide for your family. Or it's not always all about sport. People actually do that to provide.
absolutely. Some people like the meat. Put the meat on the table.
Now, would I want to go hunting a mountain lion? No, I'd be scared to death.
Dude, have you seen those shows? Like, honestly, like Meat Eater. Do you ever watch Meat Eater?
Yeah.
That is a cool show for hunting, man.
Mm-hmm.
And they were actually the ones that brought on, like, the awareness of that Proposition 127, because that's exactly what they were worried about. And they put all eyes on their show and said, hey, you guys need to start watching Colorado, because if this passes, it's going to be trouble for the rest of us too. But they got some good shows on mountain lions, and that's a wild hunt, man.
Yeah, it is, man. And a lot of guys use dogs.
Yeah, that's where I was going. And they put them with, like, high-powered GPSs, so they just let them run through the woods, and then they let them go till they find a mountain lion.
Be more worried about the dogs.
Yeah, but they're so scared of them, though. That's the thing. They climb the trees on these dogs.
Oh, yeah, well, when you got 10 dogs or 8 or whatever it is, but...
Do you remember seeing that viral video? It was a couple years ago. It was a year or two ago, and the guy's... It's a guy hiking through somewhere here in the state, and he walks up on a mountain lion with its they call them cubs.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. The noises that thing was making, man.
Mm-hmm. And he had his camera on, and he didn't have anything. He didn't have a gun. He didn't have a knife. I think he had a rock. But, you know, when you walk up on it, when it's got its little young one with it, you know, it's gonna feel like it has to protect it. It was a very interesting video, but I don't even think it was around that time, too. There was that guy in Jefferson County who... Didn't he, like, kill that thing by hand or something like that?
Didn't it attack his dog? And he was on a hiking trail, and he choked it out.
Mm-hmm.
He grabbed it, it got on its back and choked the mountain lion out.
Yeah. It was freaking nuts, man.
I was.
Can you imagine?
God, dude, you'd never buy another beer for the rest of your life if you had that story.
Yeah. Come back with a scar on your face. You won't believe how I got this scar.
I
I'll tell you about it.
I remember reading about that story on the news on Facebook, and I'm a big comments guy, so I like to read all the comments, and I'm reading through the comments, and it's people are commenting on there like, "Oh shit, I didn't know Chuck Norris was in town."
I know, the comments are the best.
Some other guy comments on there and goes, "I choked a cougar one time. She was a real freak."
I think we talked about that. Oh man, the endless stories that would come out of that. You know, you and I were talking too. I know we did an episode on Colorado Springs, but you and I were just talking about the Flying W Ranch, and
Oh yeah, the icon.
one of the staples in Colorado Springs. And I went there as a kid before it burned down. I don't remember a whole lot of it though as a kid. Did you happen to visit it before it burned down?
It was quite a while before it burned down, but I can't imagine it would have changed much.
Well, I've gotten the privilege to go before and after because I mean, for the ones that don't know, I mean, we probably were in the news for a couple years for big fires that headed down into the city.
That was the Waldo Canyon fire.
Yeah,
Right.
that one that came down into the city,
Yeah.
and it destroyed the Flying W Ranch. And so the last couple years, I think I've been for like Father's Day. I think 2 Father's Days in a row actually. And they have remodeled the place. I mean, the technology's sweet in it, but I mean, they got so much type of entertainment on the outside before you actually go in. And for those that don't know, is like they serve you dinner chuck wagon style. You ever had a chuck wagon style dinner?
I have.
Probably at the Flying W Ranch before it.
It was there. It was on a tray, right?
Yep.
Metal plate or metal
Yep.
tray.
Yep. And that's kind of the aura of it, right? But before you get served dinner, I mean, they got a whole open wilderness area of things that you can do. They got like a little train ride. Do you remember that? The train, and they got like axe throwing now.
Oh, that's new.
I know a guy that did axe throwing with me one time.
I know a guy that's terrible at axe throwing. I think the safest place to be would be right in front of him.
Yeah, not behind him.
That's me.
For sure. Yeah. Absolutely. But no, they got these things with animals. And so, like, I took my daughter, they got these little billy goats. And they'll let you, like, go in and pet them. And she was, like, 6, maybe. And we walk in there, and this little billy goat comes up to her, and she's petting him. You wouldn't believe what this little shit did, man. Jumped up on her and pounded her on the chest, and that was it for her at that point in time. She hasn't wanted to go back to feed a billy goat since, man. little asshole.
Yeah, those things are, I don't know, man. Goats creep me out anyway. Their eyes or something. They just look spooky.
Kind of like an orange baboon. You ever seen an orange baboon in the wild?
Hey, did you hear that the Taliban's talking for an end to the war in Syria between Iran and
Yes. Where are you going? with
Oh
this?
no, orange man, he come back. He no fuck around. He mean business.
So we go Mandarin on him, or what? We go.
Fuck yeah, dude. One man bad, he bad to the bone. Daddy's home, he ain't playing. He's gonna hand out a licking.
Is he? Is he gonna hand it out, or is he gonna? I'm gonna take my lickings from Stormy. She's gonna lick it off.
Oh shit! Stop it.
We better get back on track.
Yeah.
On track. Flying Dub. Chuck wagon dinner at night. So you come in and they smoke some food for you. You go through the line. Super simple dinner, super cool. But there ain't nothing to lick there, I'll tell you that.
I smoked some meat for you.
Oh, shoot. I bet you would. Tube steak. I like a good tube steak, okay? A 1%er's tube steak.
Jesus, Joe.
You brought it up, dude. Anyways, can I finish the story?
Please. Yes.
So you
Let's
get
hear
your
it.
brisket or your chicken, your beans. You know, just that's what comes with the chuck wagon style dinner now. But they do a revamped country show afterwards. And it's super cool, super into it, super interactive. I mean, I would say you should take the wife and the kid and go one night this summer. Or for Christmas, they do a Christmas show.
Yeah, we might have to do that. I like to go up there in the summer.
Highly recommend.
They still have the outdoor venue too.
Yeah, they've redone it. They do Native American show out there before you go in and eat. I mean, they got horseshoe pits. Used to play horseshoes with a guy every Friday at lunch. We don't play horseshoes with me anymore.
He doesn't. Why not?
Got a new job.
He did.
Yeah. He
Oh.
got hit by a lawnmower from episode 1.
Yeah. Got a new job out of maintenance.
Yeah, he did.
Running a recreation center now.
Moving up in this world, he can't even let people have lunch at a horseshoe pit anymore.
Man, I remember doing that. That was always kind of nice to bust ass in the morning and get all the work done and go play horseshoes for half the day and nobody even knew about it.
Yep. Those were the days.
We'd barbecue and get the horseshoe pits cleaned out.
Absolutely. You brought up Labor Day weekend and the Memorial Day balloons.
Yeah, Labor Day balloons.
Yeah. I went for the first time this summer.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was different. You know, like growing up as a kid, I never went because they were always flying over the house in the morning, so you never felt like you had to go.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's kind of cool when you go and you can walk right up to them, though.
Yeah, and you get to see them light up at night, and they do their thing, and another high experience on the Colorado Springs experience.
Exactly. Some of those things are huge, man. It's I don't know what kind of math it takes to put some of that together, but they're unbelievable.
Yeah, and don't they do like a dip in Prospect Lake or something before they take off?
Yep. They do a dip in Prospect Lake, and then I think that's it. I thought there were a couple other things that they did, but I think that's it. But it's worth going to.
Yeah, and then they fly out by the hundreds, man, and they all seem to head south. I don't know if that's always... Do they always head south?
They always have since I've lived here.
Have they?
Because I don't think you're in control of where it goes.
They got to have some control.
I think it's a balloon, and it just goes wherever you happen to.
I understand that, but there's got to be a way to control it a little bit.
Well, like the up and down, maybe.
I've never been. Maybe we can have somebody on the show now that can come on and explain a hot air balloon.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool. You know, my cousin's been on one. He helped fly one.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let's invite him on.
We'll have to get him on the show. And
Highly contested. All right, man. It's that time. We'll be right back after this message.
ever what happens when FAFO surveillance, the mess around and find out cameras team up with Karma itself?
Oh, yeah? Imagine that. You thought you were just sneaking an extra cookie, but bam, Karma's there. Camera rolling, and you're caught in 4K.
Now introducing the latest in cosmic juice technology, the FAFO Karma Cam. We guarantee every careless slip, every loud, muttered bluff, every "it'll be fine" moment will come back around with receipts.
That's right. Just one little innocent late-night rant, and suddenly you're the main event on Karma's highlight reel.
Ever wonder why your last text didn't get a reply? That's because FAFO surveillance caught you ghosting your last 10 dates. Turns out Karma's tracking you, my friend.
So grab some popcorn and tune in to We Stand Corrected, where we break down the best and worst of FAFO moments caught on the Cosmic Cam. It's poetic justice served weekly.
Listen in, because the universe always collects its debt, and we'll be there to laugh about it.
Find us on your favorite podcast app before Karma finds you first. Now, Dad Jokes brought to you by the FAFO Surveillance System, brought to you by Karma and We Stand Corrected.
All right, dad jokes, my favorite time.
What do you got?
You know why the guy fell in the well?
No?
He couldn't see that well.
I bet he couldn't. All right. Why did the golfer bring 2 pairs of pants?
Why?
In case he got a hole in one.
I should have put that one together.
Yeah, you should have. You should have. All right, I got an Uber Chronicle for you.
Let's hear it. I
You
guess
ready
it's
for
gotta be
this?
good.
Oh, man. It wasn't good at first, let me tell you, but I sit back here and I crack up on this one. So it's Halloween was Thursday, right, this year?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm driving Saturday night, and it's busy because people are still having their Halloween parties. And I pick up this guy. I can't remember his name, but he's coming home, obviously enough, from his security job. And so he doesn't say much, and when those people get in the car, I'm trying to make small talk with them, see how far they go, but can't get them. And I'm probably a quarter mile from his house, and I am on 2-lane road, and there's this car there's a median that splits the 2 lanes.
Mm-hmm.
And then, there's a left-hand turn lane, that the median kind of closes off forward to let the left-handers over. Well, I'm going south, he's going north, and I'm watching this guy in the left-hand turn lane, and I thought he was going to make a left. Well, he didn't make a left. And so he went in the left-hand turn lane over on my side of the median. And at this point, he's coming head on with me, dude. Head on, and I'm in the left lane, he's in the left lane. And the guy in the back ain't said shit all right. And all of a sudden he goes, "Oh, shit. Oh, shit." And so I'm like locked in. And I didn't think about this at the time. And I was like, all right. I floored it in the right lane around this guy as he's like got two wheels up on the side of the median coming at me, man. And this guy's still going, "Oh, shit." And I'm like, yeah, oh, shit. Tell me about it. Like, I was trying to save our lives, buddy. And then I make the left and I drop him off. And he's like, "Man, some people, I work in security, but I ain't seen some shit like that." And I was like, "Me neither, man. Me neither, but we're alive and we're safe. Sorry if I scared you." And he was like, "It's all good, buddy."
And it seems to be getting worse. People are just so careless and stupid when it comes to driving anymore.
It's one thing, man, to not understand what side of the road you're on and like not stop.
Right.
You know, like you gotta, at some point you gotta be like, something's not right here.
Mm-hmm.
Something's not right. And at least stop and turn around and then pull over, but you keep going.
Yeah. It's
And
unbelievable.
so at the time I was panicked, you know, like when you see a car coming at, I don't know if you've ever seen a car coming at you head on.
Oh, yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah. But like figuring out like what you're going to try and do, like everything's happening in slow motion though, it seems like at that time. And then I made the decision just to blow by him in the right lane, but it's like, what if there was a car over there, in my right lane?
Yep.
I mean, there's just so many uncanny possibilities that can happen. And I think the only time I've seen cars coming at me are when I'm driving for Uber. That's the only time. It's happened 3 times, man.
Wow. Gotta keep a sharp eye out.
Maybe that's a sign. Maybe so.
It could be. You never know. I believe in that stuff.
Karma?
You never know. Yeah, karma.
Like an FAFO surveillance karma?
Absolutely.
Well, buddy, it's been a pleasure as always on our week-to-week basis.
Yes, it has. It has. We'll continue to make these episodes, and please give us a like and a follow, or whatever you got to do, and subscribe to our channels. We actually have a YouTube channel now.
Yeah, and live video going. I mean, and honestly, we had our first person come in last week. Miles came in last week and shared some interesting stories with us about his travels and his adventures.
That was very, very interesting, yeah.
So, I mean, if anyone else wants to come on the show, send us an email, send us a message on any of our social medias.
And
subscribe to our YouTube.
We want to try to do one of these live where we can do a kind of a background chat, and you guys can kind of get to know us a little bit.
Yeah, because we can get YouTube live now, and go live and stream through there, and we got our episodes up on there, our videos now. Dude, we're gonna be big time.
It's going around, man. It's been fun though.
Sure has. All right, buddy. Until next week.
All right, man. Sounds good.
All right.
Have a good evening. Thanks, everybody.
You too. See ya.